Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, family. Yeah, I'm saying, how y'all feeling? I hope y'all feeling good, because I'm feeling groovy. How you like to win? How you like to win? Birds went down there and did their thing. I knew they was. I had no issues with it. I put my money on top of that. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. I got a lot of key points that I want to talk about. I'm pretty sure you all have the same thing. And then we're going to get to what happened after the game, because I know that's already going through all over the media. So I try to be quick. You know what I'm saying? First off, before we even start, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below, become part of the family. Help my subscribers grow to 50. We're trying to go on live, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a little bit easier. But until then, I'm going to keep putting out that content. And next month, we'll be starting the motivation content, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on over. We motivate to elevate. All right, let's get to that win. Eagles, Eagles. Let's go, Birds. They thought we were going to go down there and just take an L. They said, oh, it's too hot for them birds to be coming down here. You know what I'm saying? Well, I thought birds fly south when the wintertime come. Anyway, that's whatever. But we went down there and did our thing. You know what I'm saying? Again, we had all our weapons with us. And we had a better defense as far as where they're at right now this week. Even though we had some injuries, we were set to play. You know what I'm saying? And they went down there to do their thing. What I say about that, mindset is everything, man. Mindset is everything. They went down there. They ain't think about that heat. They wasn't worried about that heat. I did see the Heat hurt a couple players on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? But that was a physical, grueling matchup. Yes, Tampa Bay has been able to beat us the last few times, but they have a good team. They have a quarterback who's willing to do whatever he has to do to make sure that they stay in the game. They have a defense that's really, really good. And we went down there and we started the game like we finished last week. How about that punt block? How about the run back from Sidney Brown? I like to see it. You know, Sidney Brown has been battling with injuries, and he's still trying to find his way on the field. You know what I mean? But as far as special teams is concerned, that's not one point of the Philadelphia Eagles that I was even thinking of particularly when it came to the season. I was like, all right, the defense, offense, that's what we always do. A lot of people do. And, you know, special teams, do what you got to do. But the special teams is actually coming on. You know what I mean? Let's spend some time with the special teams real quick. Tank Bixby. I believe it was last week. Last week, fumbled the ball. We couldn't catch a kick return ball to save our lives. What did he do this week? He caught it, ran it back 30 yards. Will Shipley's back. He's also returning for kick returns. It looks like it's solidified there, and Will Shipley, he does what he does, man. He gained about, I want to say like 20-something yards on one play. And then let's talk about the blocks. We already know what the field goal's hitting for. Last week against the Rams, 2 block field goals. This week against the Bucs, 1 block punt. And not only that, if you watch the game, you can see that they were trying to get to where that field goal was against the Bucs. But the Bucs did a good job. They did what they had to do. We wasn't able to get to it, but I could see the special teams is becoming a thing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Right? Special teams can make and break a game sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Good field position. Take the ball from the other team. Give you good field position. The punter, we already know, man's been doing a great job. He leaves him right down there. You know what I mean? I think he had 1 punt within the last 2 games that I didn't particularly care for. But other than that, man's been doing great. And, Jake Elliott seems to be returning back to his old self. Last year must have been a spooks or something against a lot of kickers besides the one from Baltimore. I ain't even going to get on that subject. But, yeah, special teams did their thing this game. Next off is, like I said, we ended the way we ended last game. We began. And, oh, my goodness, the play calling. He was making all these special plays. He was being creative with his actual play calling to the point where Tampa Bay was like, what's going on? The shovel pass to Dallas Goedert. The other quick pass to Dallas Goedert for the second touchdown. And let's not even go to the tush push. Let's not go to the tush push, the fake for the tush push. Now, a lot of people think, oh man, the Eagles just started doing it. No, we've had a couple tries within the last 3 years, to be honest with you. I know 2 specifically. One of them was supposed to be a pass, or maybe that was both last year. So one of them was supposed to be a pass, I think, to Dallas Goedert, and it was overthrown and it was missed. The second one was exactly what we did this Sunday, which was supposed to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley, and it got botched, right? This week, they did it correctly. And oh boy, do you know how many things you can get off of that? Even the one that I said fell with the pass to Dallas Goedert, if they do that during a game and everybody's just focused on the tush push, that's a touchdown. And if not a touchdown, it's at least 30-yard gain. But I heard a couple of reactors. They were like, oh, man, you shouldn't have showed the world this. Well, we tried it last year, right? We were unsuccessful. This year, we were able to succeed. And we don't mind showing it to you. Sometimes people show things for a reason. Now, when you go to line up, when you were just thinking, I got to get in there. I got to make sure that my men are set so that we can try to stop this tush push. When you go in there with that mindset, well, now you got to think, uh-oh. Last time they gave it to Saquon Barkley, he ran in for a touchdown, and nobody was there. So we got to pull some of these guys back to make sure that they're prepared for that. What does that do? That opens it up for a possible Dallas Goedert movement now. Okay. Where we going with this? It helps the tush push play become more successful. Because now I can't just focus in on trying to stop you. And what does that do? That's also going to help the fact that since y'all want to be talking about jumping off sides, we don't even got to move right away. Because you don't want to move right away. You want to see what's going on. So if the tush push was at a successful rate of, let's say, 88%, right? I'm just going to use that for right now. If it was at 88%, guess what just happened? Because of the fact that they were able to succeed with that, now it's up to 95. See you next week with the tush push. Man, and you best believe. Oh, another thing. If you were saying that wasn't exciting, that was exciting. But was that boring too? Because for most of the people that I've seen with reactors, and for people that I noticed when they were talking about it, they were in awe. They were haters of the Eagles that don't like them. Won't even say nothing good about them. I've seen smiles. They stopped and was just like, ooh, that was good, you got me. That was good, you got me. So whether it's aesthetically pleasing, which the anchors like to talk about, or not, now it's entertainment. Go ahead, check the box off again. Because every week, I already know what the script is coming with. You know what I mean? They want to ban this thing by the end of the year. The Eagles keep doing stuff like this, they're going to have a hard time selling it, except the fact that the Eagles are too successful, and we don't want them doing it because it's them. Let's get off of the tush push. Let's go back to the offensive play caller. Listen, man, first half was great. I did not, however, like, and I kind of don't want to talk about it yet, but maybe let's go on ahead and get it out the way. A.J. Brown, at the end of the game, quotes a cryptic message, and I'm pretty sure you already heard it, making it seem, or at least allowing people to put out the theory now that he is very aggravated with the Philadelphia Eagles, and now he's saying goodbye. He doesn't want to play here no more. First off, and even Eagle fans, I heard Eagle fans like, oh, stop crying, baby, this, that, and the other. Let's talk about it. First off, I'm a human being. They're human beings, right? They're supposed to be professional in the game that they play. However, you still have a human side to you, and especially if you're a competitor. So he has a competitiveness inside of him. So at the end of the game, based on what he's seen himself perform and what he knows that offense can perform and do, he doesn't like where it's at. And if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you like where your Philadelphia Eagles offense is at of today? And please, think about that question. I'm not saying it's just horrible because they can't do it. It's still growing. It's still the beginning of the season. We really ain't in full motion yet, right? They have time. Last year, the defense wasn't in full motion until about week 8, was it? Week 6 or 8? So they have time. But I know that if I was playing, and yes, I love the fact that we got the win. But if I'm playing and I see that we're starting to struggle and we shouldn't even be in this instance no more. Or if I'm running routes that I'm like, no, this ain't going to work because I know football too. Well, then it's a problem. And I'm fine with them speaking out his mind. I'm fine with them speaking it out. I seen another person talk about how I wish he wouldn't have did that. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But, and they also stated they wish he wouldn't have did that, and we're 4-0. You can't be mad if you're 4-0. You can be mad if you're 4-0. Does anybody remember 2023? 2023. We were finding every way to win. And I keep saying this. I feel like I have to keep going back to 2023. We were finding ways to win. Right? Great record. But something was wrong. And if nobody speaks up and we wait until the end of the year and it stays like this. Now, if the offense stays like this, this is not sustainable. That defense is holding it down. Jalen is going to play to win. He puts you in a good position. Yes. But you don't want to get caught at the end of the year where this is still what you're worrying about, right? And then the team gets that upper hand on us. They blew out Washington Reds. Excuse me. They blew out the Washington Commanders. They blew out the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of the year because everything finally started clicking. Everything was clicking the way it's supposed to do it. They got to get there. And A.J. Brown's frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what his contract. I mean, I could talk money too. I don't know what his contract like. I'm pretty sure he might have something in there that'll give him some extra money based on certain amount of yards or certain amount of catches. But he didn't know that neither there, right? Forgive me how I botched that up. But basically, people were also saying 9 targets. Okay, 9 targets, but half of them targets wasn't catchable. And if I'm running the same ugly route, and you're not putting me in a position to win, and I mean, they play good defense on them too. But if you're not putting me in a good position to win, and I feel like that's the case, then I'm going to speak out. And I don't know what the message is or whether that's what he was really talking about. And that's the other part. You never know what somebody's talking about. Yeah, he did it right after the game, so it is exactly how it seems. But since you don't know exactly what it means, I'm not getting bent out of shape. Why am I going to place more negativity on something like that? I'm not. But I do see a concern. I see a concern. So A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown's one of the guys that's vocal. He speaks his mind. He don't go crazy, but he speaks his mind. Did anybody see at the end of the game when they took A.J. Brown out the game and they put, I think it was Cooper DeJean in the backfield? Did anybody see what A.J. Brown did? Media don't want to talk about this part. Did anybody see what A.J. Brown did? He specifically went to Cooper DeJean and gave him a hug. Gave him a hug. Teammate. So stop putting this dude out here like he's a cancer or like trying to create a narrative that I know does not exist. A.J. Brown actually cares about the team and the success of the team. 4-0 is a good 4-0, but he can see where they need to grow. And if that's the problem I have, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. He ain't throwing helmets out there. He ain't going on the play and not blocking. The bull was still out there doing what he had to do. I can see in his body language to a certain extent where he's just like, yo, this ain't it. I did see that. But I see right on that next play, he's out there blocking for somebody. He's out there doing his job. So stop playing, man. I ain't even going to listen to the rest of the media with that part. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and skip out to A.J. Brown. That's all I wanted to say about A.J. Brown. Like, I'm not going to be that fan that's calling him a drama queen. I'm not going to be that fan that's saying, oh my gosh, here we go again. I'm not going to be that fan. I'm not that fan. And I thought Philadelphia, and I know Philadelphia has a little bit more knowledge too. So you already know because you feel it. You watch it every game. Don't let the media do that to him. Don't let the media do that to you. Watch the game. You'll see what we see. All right? And then, I mean, hey, and if you got a different opinion, you got a different opinion. But I ain't going to blast that man like that. Nah. Do your thing, man. I hope the offense gets where it needs to be. Because if we play a full, complete game, 60 minutes of that type of offense, 60 minutes of actually getting the ball to AJ, 60 minutes of actually getting the ball to Devontae, Saquon Barkley, being able to actually play with Calcaterra, Dillon, Hurts, and that defense, giving the defense the time to even relax on the sideline because the offense is driving down the field. We ain't got to play power ball all the time. You don't know what we're going to do because actually I still don't think we have the right identity. But 60 minutes of great offense from this team with everything that they have, that's a problem. You can be unstoppable. You can be unstoppable. You can only stop yourself. And we won't have to be in this type of position. You know what I'm saying? But they keep winning. That is the number one thing right now. You got to keep winning. But please, as you win, you critique because you want to get better. You don't want to stay like this because we already know what's ahead, right? You're trying to get a Super Bowl, you got to be better. Got to be great. Next thing is, let me see. Trying to think. As far as the game is concerned, like I said, that first half, Quinyon Mitchell, great game. Had him traveling all over the field to make sure that he stuck with their number one receiver for the day, right? He did an excellent job. It is good to have a true shutdown cornerback. He is a little bit handsy a lot. I've seen that since the first time that he played here. But, he still gets where he needs to get. So if he can continue to improve as well, I would probably say just a little bit of the handsy off. This way it doesn't, get us with a PI because technically the ref could, how the ref is. He'll call PI in a heartbeat. But Quinyon Mitchell played a hell of a game today. Well, yesterday. Played a hell of a game. And big ups to him. Little chirpy too. I like that fire. But with that, same with Coop. Cooper DeJean was all over the field too, man. Did you see him tackle? Did you see all those tackles? Every time somebody got the ball, every time somebody got the ball, whether it was Cooper DeJean, whether it was Quinyon Mitchell, whether it was Jihad Campbell, whether it was Makuba, they all was there. As soon as somebody touched the ball, as soon as you touch the ball, I'm coming. They were hawking the ball. And not just the ball, they were hawking and hunting the ball carrier. That's how you play defense. I loved it. Now, let's talk about the discipline. Because, they kind of gave Tampa Bay some room for points because of discipline. And I mean, the NFL's heading to that place where you can't celebrate nothing. So we know we can't flex on nobody. We know we can't step over nobody with the AI. You know what I'm saying? And we know we can't do no type of flexing, man. Coop, blanket shit. Ain't nobody say you can't do that. Everybody love that. Do your celebration. Can't nobody stop that. We understand what it means. Do that. Because we can't take them penalties no more, man. Like can't take them penalties. Those penalties put you in bad position. And they were going off the field when my man stepped over him. You know what I mean? So if there's anything to critique, it is to be a little bit more disciplined when it comes to the celebrations. And play calling wise, better routes for the receivers. They could get A.J. Brown in the slant in a heartbeat. Get him involved. I know y'all was trying. See, the thing is, I don't want to say they wasn't trying to get involved because they was. The problem was some of the stuff was just so bad as far as getting involved. It wasn't right. But put the ball in the slant, man. I know they're going to be on him, right? He understands that. They're playing good defense. But put him in the slant. Get him involved that way. He can get some yak after the catch. That's a big boy. I can see it. I don't know what we doing. You just not going to go, let's go hit him with the go route for the 50-50 ball. You can't do that all the time. Sometimes hit him with that hit him with the slant, man. It's like basketball, man. Everybody wants to shoot a three-pointer. Live and die by the three. So once I'm not having a good three-pointer day. What I'm going to do? Well, from what I remember, man, people that got good middies, they're going to take that game in a heartbeat. It is fine to do a slant. It is fine to get A.J. Brown involved in that area. And let Jahan Dotson go try to take him over the top. You might hit him. That's a fast dude right there. You know what I'm saying? So, good play calling up until the second half. And I'm saying that because there's a couple plays that I could have was like, but that's what they get paid to do. So it's like a chess match between offense and defense. I can't really judge on that part. Now, I'm not an offensive coordinator, but I know in the second half, some of the plays that was ran, it wasn't good. I know the one when Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. I can't really call that on the play. It was the fact that the clock was running out. Everybody wasn't set and ready. Discipline. Everybody wasn't set and ready, so they tried to get that ball off, and that kind of led to things getting messed up for that particular play. So, I see everything. Kevin Patella, if he's going to grow. But I also think that if they're having conversations behind closed doors, this part that we don't know. If they're having conversations behind closed doors, and if he's telling you, like, yo, this part ain't working, well, I'm going to listen. Good leaders listen. Because sometimes people are just right. A lot of times they're right. And you know who to listen to, who not to listen to. Man, listen to them. Because they could get better. Man, let me see. Hold on. Keely Rango. He played a good game. He missed a couple tackles. That was probably the only thing I had about Keely Rango is missing a few tackles. But as far as gameplay, I told you he was going to be a lot better than what you've seen in preseason. He was actually there. I mean, he's a pretty fast dude. His athleticism is off the charts. You just got to give him some playing time, man. And hopefully that'll continue to grow. And just like everybody feeding off each other or iron sharpens iron, that'll happen. Got to keep him in there, though. But as far as the tackling, he got to clean up some of his tackles a little bit, though. But Keely's a bad boy. He's there. I think he can hold that spot down, but he has to grow week by week, and I mean seriously. When you think about the big ball, that was one of the points that I don't like seeing. Makuba, I believe it was Makuba. Makuba had one little mistake. It was either Makuba or Blankenship, but I think it was more so Makuba. He got turned around. That's the one, the first 77-yard touchdown that Baker Mayfield had passed. Yeah, that was a mistake. And then Bucky Irvin got past Jihad Campbell. Baker Mayfield was getting all the time he could get in that backfield. He was trying to make it work. He had pressure on him too. But Bucky was able to get past Jihad. You know what I'm saying? Normal cases, hopefully the pressure gets to the quarterback all the way. But stuff like that, Jihad just learned a lesson. He also got an interception. How about that? That's in game. That was after that. So, good job for Jihad. Everybody played well, man. It's another good game. Injuries piling up a little bit. Hopefully, nothing serious, though, besides that tear. I don't like that. Another tricep tear to, who was it? Ogba? I'll get back to you on that. But, yeah, that's about it, man. They did what they had to do. They won the game. And it was a great first half. And then it was one of them second halves where you like, all right, they're going blow for blow. That's not a bad team out there. It's not a bad team. So, even with that, even with how I feel about the offensive plays and stuff like that, that wasn't a bad team. I'm pretty sure they made some adjustments, and then they start coming after them. You know what I mean? So it's just up to us to be able to try to put the offense in a better position once the other team switches. Great game, Philadelphia Eagles. Hopefully this A.J. Brown stuff get handled. You know what I mean? I hope that they're also listening, because as a fan and A.J. Brown as a player, we all kind of thinking the same thing. Yes, we're winning, but there's room for improvement with the play calling. That's all I'm saying. Great game. Enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, hit that like, that subscribe, or comment below. Become part of the family. Motivate, to elevate. Say hi to somebody. Smile to somebody. Big somebody up. You feel me? Alright, touche. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.